What kind of month has it been for any of you out there? Coffee from a French press today. I didn't feel like making a full pot. So I just did not the single French press, but the big French press. Delish. I've been fighting going back to bed all morning. I've been up since 7:30. Hey, Matronista. Oh, I haven't even checked my email today. I usually don't even turn on my laptop unless I'm doing a video like this. I use my phone for everything now, which I never thought I would do, but I did. Yeah, I'll check my email. I thought I sent it to you. I guess I didn't. Maybe I just told you to ask me for it or email me for it. I don't know. I'll go ahead and look. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see. There's your email. It's the first one on there. Odd, right? It's weird. Oh, you made me something. Okay, let me give you my address. This is my address for now. For how long, I don't know. Really? It just said message was sent, but I didn't send it. So weird. Okay, let me try this again. Reply. Okay. Okay, it's sent. I don't even know what that was about. You're going back to bed? Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm going to power through this day. Definitely. Well, I sent you the email. And I'm just craving human interaction, but enjoy your nap. I haven't long been back from North Carolina. I took Amtrak there, and I took Amtrak back. Thanks in great part to Mara, and she doesn't even realize it. That coffee's too weak for me. I thought for sure if it was in a French press, it'd be stronger. Okay. Thank you, Sharon, very much. I look forward to it. I love getting mail. I hate opening my mailbox and it's empty. I'm like, even the bill collectors don't care. I need somebody to interact with me. Stay to myself all the time. Oh my God, this dog. Jump. Good girl. Oh. I was sitting in the chair and I was dozing off. I was like, I'm going to go do a stream for just a few minutes, maybe longer if people come in to chat. And then I thought, I'm going to go ahead and start a coffee. And then I thought, I don't want a whole pot. And then I thought, I'm just going to try out this big French press. I've used my little one. I've never used the big one. It was in the RV. So we went by the RV over the weekend and we got a couple of things out. Well, Doug did. I didn't go in. I waited in the ride. And he went in and got a couple of things. One of which I said, could you grab my French press? Because I'm sure it's on the counter. And it was. So. And I gained some weight during this whole year of BS. And it was not good. It was a lot. It was a lot more than I thought it was by the time it was all said and done. But I'm down. I was down 9 pounds, but I'm only down 8 pounds today. I gained a pound back since I've been back from North Carolina. But I'm good. I've been doing my kettlebells just to get my back straight in the morning. It helps so much. And then I'm going to start walking. It's been cold. This weather's freaking weird. Snow in Texas. It's cold here. It's windy. It's very strange. But yeah, I went to North Carolina because, Shane had her baby, and that baby looks just like Shane looked. That baby looks like all of my kids looked when they were born. Except Madison. Madison's mouth was way fuller. Like her lips were way more, but she still looks a lot like Madison, but she looks like my kids. I sent the picture of her to Doug because, Doug couldn't come. And he said, she looks like all of our kids laying there. I was like, I know. Seema looks like her daddy. But Odessa looks like her mommy. And she even has her mommy's Asian eyes, it looks like. And I told Doug, well, when the swelling goes down, we'll be able to tell a little more. But Shane sent me a picture of her yesterday. And she's starting to get fat rolls. I told her fat rolls are filling out nicely. She's getting some nice fat rolls. It was last night, yesterday evening, she sent it to me. But she's getting chubba wubba, and she's getting that mouth, those lips that all my kids have. All of my kids have the lips that women pay for with injections. My kids were born with them. I'm ready to start my scratch sessions again. I've got these 2 stacks. These are not all of them. These don't even count because these aren't mine. And these aren't mine. These are some that I picked up for the boys to play that were already scratched. Hold on. These are mine. And I think some of these are mine. Yeah, some of these. But anyway, here's some of them. This is some of the scratch tickets that we scratched on air. There's more. I think they're in the drawer. I think. I don't know. I got them somewhere. They're somewhere. It's been nice. It's been quiet. For the most part, I like my seclusion. But then there's times like today where I just want to talk to somebody. So how about somebody pop in and just say, hey. Sleeping on the train with the mask on. But, I always prefer to take the train at night when I have to take the train. That was the first time I'd been on the train in probably 2.5 years, something like that, before we moved in here. I hadn't been on the train since we lived here in this place. We moved in here in 2019, early 2019. So it had been over 2 years since I'd been on a train. It was when Cosima was born, so it was 3 years. It had been 3 years. So I prefer to travel by train at night anyway. I usually had the boys with me. It made it easier because they slept. Hey, Corgi Mom. So with the coronavirus mess and being in such close proximity to others, I was glad that they were given for because there are two seats down each side, two. One person per 2 seats. And on the way there, when I went up on the train, I was like, I don't know what seat I'm in. They said, you pick whatever seat you want. So as soon as I got on, the one seat no one wants is the one by the bathroom. But there's a big storage area directly behind the seat, big. And then there's a handicap area across the aisle from the seat. So there's nobody around you at all. The handicap seat is reserved for handicap. So there's rarely anyone there. So I grabbed that seat. It was empty. I grabbed that shit, right? So I felt better because I was not surrounded by anybody. And I was in the farthest train car at the very front. That was one of the bad things, because in the morning when I went to get my coffee, I had to walk through like 6 cars to get to the car where the coffee was at. I just held my breath through each car and had the 2 masks on during the daytime. In the morning when I got up to move around, do what I had to do. But I liked that it was at night because there's not a lot of people chatting. There's not a lot of people moving around. So there's less chance of a spread. Everyone's asleep. You get on a train car 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, like I do. Everyone's got their pillows, their blankets, they're snoring. They're gone. Everyone's asleep. Once in a while, you'll see a light pop on where somebody's looking at a tablet with their earbuds in, or they're looking at their phone. But it's nice and quiet. No chance of major chance of a spread, because we know it comes through the air. And if everyone's asleep and with a mask on. And I did see the guy walk up to one gentleman and like nudge at him when I just got on the train, hadn't been on the train long, and he had fell asleep, but his mask was off, and he had him put his mask back on. So Amtrak was on it, and it made me feel really good. On the way back, someone had the seat that I wanted, and I was mad. I was like, look at this meth head all up in my fucking seat. I was so mad. But I found a seat, and there was a gentleman that I was talking to. He was in the Amtrak station, but we never exchanged words or acknowledged each other. But we got up to the platform, and we were talking while we were waiting for the train to pull up. And the first seat that I took, the outlets were taped over. I couldn't charge my phone. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. So I stopped the gentleman that worked there, and I was like, I can't charge my phone. I need to charge my phone at like 32%, whatever it was. And he told me to go ahead and move. And when he said that, the guy that I had been talking to on the platform was like, yeah, figure out where you're going to sit, because I'm going to sit across from her. And I was like, why? But anyway, I chose where I was going to sit, and then he moved right across the aisle from me, and he wanted to talk. So we ended up talking for like an hour and a half. And by the time we were stuck at the track right there, waiting for 2 CSX trains to come through, they have to share the track. CSX owns all the tracks up until DC, and then Amtrak owns them. So, anyway, we talked for like an hour, maybe a little more. And, which is not typical on the night trains. Most time everybody just sleeps. And then I put on my headphones like as a hint, I'm done talking now. Yeah, I'm ready to not listen to you or talk to you anymore. And then I went to sleep. And I looked at some stuff on my phone, then I went to sleep. So in the morning, I got him and me a coffee. He didn't know that it was card only. They didn't take cash anymore. I said, yeah, I didn't find out till I was on my way that I couldn't use cash. They didn't used to be that way. So I told Dude Man, what did you want to get? He said, a coffee. I said, lucky for you, I buy 2 at a time. Here, you've got a coffee now. So we had coffee and talked until I got to my stop, and he headed on to Orlando. But he ended up being this. All right, I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, he was a nice guy. And just odd. It was just odd. The conversation was weird, but I wished him luck. And off he went. Off I went. I went home. So that's what I've been doing, spending time with Cosima and Shane and Josh and the baby. And I went from being vigilant for a year with this pandemic, right, like what, 11 months with just vigilant as hell, to going on freaking Amtrak twice. When I threw myself back into society, I went all in, didn't I? But I've been staying in since I got back, just being careful. I feel fine. I don't think I caught anything. So they say to stay in, when you first get back from travel. So that's what I'm doing. And when I got there, I stayed in pretty much the whole time I was there. And when I did have to go out twice, I wore a mask. I only had to go out 2 times because I was there to help. I was there to help Shane out. Josh had to work, and if she needed something from the store or whatever, that's what I was there for, and to do the dishes and help with Cosima. And I would not hold the baby at all for the first 3 days. I was like, yeah, I'm not touching her because I traveled. I'm not going to touch her. But I was sniffing her foot. I was like, she's going to come in the room and catch me sniffing her feet. I just want to touch her. I just want to touch a baby. But I got to hold her. So now I'm just waiting for my son. Sauce, don't start it, Mama. Now I'm waiting for my son to contact me and say, we're having a baby. And then I'm going to Canada. I'm going to go to Canada and see my other baby. I'm so ready for my son to be a daddy. This coffee's so weak. So weak. You still in here, Corgi Mom? What have you been up to? We got some new games now, and I don't like any of them. And I did play some games in North Carolina. Didn't like any of them. I didn't win crap. I mean, like I broke even on one, and then I broke even on another one. I didn't win shit. I mean, but Doug sent me with enough money that I could provide any extras I might need that I might have forgot to pack, and also give me some scratchers. He knew, no way I'm going to send my woman to another state and not give her money to scratch tickets while she's there. My little granddaughter turns 1 next week. Can't believe how fast that year went. Oh, I know, right? That's like Cosima. She'll be 4 in December. How'd that happen? 4? She's preschool already. What the hell? I know. right? It always just seems like it's just, where did it go? It's just gone. It's like Aaron will be 12, Jack will be 8, and I will be losing my mind because I miss them. I do this to myself. I just really miss them. I don't hear from them. We don't have any contact. I'm really not sure why. Hey, Cindy. Doug told me when I hated North Carolina, and every year he would say, it'll grow on you. It'll grow on you. Give it time. Until we were 11, 12 years in, and I said, stop. Don't say it, because this freaking shithole is not going to grow on me. I hate it here. This place is horrible. You can't get a decent paying. I can't get a decent paying job. To get anywhere, you got to pack a bag because you live out in the middle of nowhere. So that never grew on me. And Doug keeps telling me since November, when we found out the boys weren't coming back, you'll get used to it. It will pass. Well, it's March. And I'm not used to it. And it's not passing. And it's one of the reasons I've not been on a walk. She hasn't completely cut us off, no contact, zero. It's just there's no contact. There's just no contact. I don't know. I went from daily care every day for years to sitting here wondering what's Jack doing. But this is nothing new. This happens 2-3 times a day. It just doesn't happen on camera. And it usually happens while I'm washing dishes or sitting outside with the dog. I think I've talked to the boys. I'd have to look at my phone, but I think I've talked to them 4, maybe 5 times since October. That's it. I just don't hear from them. I'll always do good by them when everyone else doesn't. Me and Doug will always. Family will be the first ones to burn you. Don't think they won't. Burn you up. Burn you, burn you, burn you. I think the older I get, the less I care about everything. And it's more of a protection mechanism. I could talk to them. I mean, but the thing is, I don't want to, skin's itching. I don't want to interfere. I want things to go smoothly for them, and she knows that. And I don't want to interrupt or interfere. But my phone is always on. I'm always available. She knows that. And I would rather speak to them at their convenience that works for her. And apparently it never works for her. So I think there's a lot more to it, but I don't know. We're hoping we can get them for the summer. We got a lot of stuff we want to do with them. That doesn't require a whole lot of crowds and stuff. Like, there are some springs in Florida we want to visit. There are some national parks up around in Virginia, Northern Virginia, we want to go to, if they're back open by that time. I know a lot of them aren't or weren't. I don't know. They may be now. I haven't heard. But they're getting so big. I'm going to have to send them some clothes. The last video I saw, Jack was wearing one of his shirts that Bean Sprout got him, and it's so tight. So he's getting big. They're getting big. So I'm probably just order some clothes online and send them. They need some clothes. Cindy, I highly doubt that's what it is. I really do. And the boys wouldn't say it anyway. They don't want. Aaron and Jack are really agreeable. I don't think anyone can really grasp how fucking good these boys are. And they're very agreeable. They don't want to have conflict. They don't want to upset anybody. And there are people out there that would take advantage of that in their life one day. And that always bothers me. So if they wanted to see me, they wouldn't say it because they don't want to upset their mom. I don't know. I'm just trying to find something to fill my days and my nights so that it's not so there and present for me. But it's not that easy. I'm surprised I'm not drinking alcohol by now, smoking weed or something. I just don't. I'm sure there's a time in my life that this kind of grief would have absolutely pushed me into a life of, chemical dependency. I think the older I get, I'm just process things differently. Probably by not processing them at all. There are no volunteer type things like that right now because of the COVID thing. So even the SPCA is not doing it. They're not taking any new volunteers for caring for animals. They're just using their regular employees and like a handful of regulars that they've had. But I'm getting ready to start my home sales again. Like I'm just going to change the topic now. I have discovered, and I think I talked about it on the last stream I did, stoves, washers, dryers. Hold on. Give me one sec. Stoves, washers, and dryers, even when they break down and you can't move them, you can't get rid of them, they're worth more than just scrap. Replacement doors for some of these big front loaders, those doors are expensive new, but you can buy one secondhand. Put it like this, I could get more. If I found a washer, the front loader kind, I could get more parting it all out and selling it part by part than I could if I sold it in one chunk that needs to be fixed or whatever. Like these knobs. These knobs right here. I'm guessing that people are just losing knobs all the time because they sell like mad. And I don't understand why. This is from a Maytag Centennial. And I got two of these ones. Okay. These things are clean, pristine. And if they're not, then you wash them. But I got two of them. These types of knobs, and any of them with stainless steel or the chrome, they sell really, really well. That and the vintage ones. So, like for instance, a knob this size for the right brand, like a Maytag, can sell for $20. One knob. One. Because if you go to a retail replacement and parts website, this is 40 or more. So anyway, and then I just wrote down each part. These are for the Whirlpool and the Maytag. And what I do is I'll see one on the side of the road. I stop, I pull the knobs off, and then I take a picture of the tag on the inside of the door that tells you the model that it's from and everything. Then I go online and I find the parts for that one. And I find the parts I've got and I write them down. It sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not, especially for free money. And I write down all the parts that I have. And I find out if they go with more than just one brand. And this one does. And then, of course, like I say, the vintage ones as well. See, this is your basic run-of-the-mill 1980s, 1990s cheap. I've got the oven and 4 of these. And they sell. They sell. So that's good. Another thing, the vacuums. You break vacuums down and sell them part by part. And where you can't sell the whole thing for 20, you can sell one piece of it for 25. It's ridiculous. It's so easy. People throw vacuums away all the time. The dust bin, that's 25 right there. That's not including the head, the switch, these things. There's nothing to it. But the brand. And the body, I could not sell this for $20. I would not be able to sell this for $20. But this roll bar, I could sell that for $10. The body, I can sell for $45. These tires, I could sell them for $60. So there's people in the RC world, the remote control car world, that buy these parts and stuff. The battery that goes in it sells for, I think, 20 or 15. And I also have the charger, which I'm going to keep because I need the charger for any time I get those batteries. I can charge them up and test them, make sure that they work. But parting things out, when I discovered that I could make money parting things out, and these are things that are easy to store, easy to ship, I can continue to do the free shipping thing. So I'm going to do that. I've always done free shipping, and I'm going to continue to. At least I'm going to try. I've been reading about eBay's changed a whole lot of their fees and their rules, and I'm going to have to get used to it all over again. I really don't know. It's my skin is freaking itching. I usually wash off my nighttime skin stuff and then give my skin some air for about a half an hour and then put on my daytime skin stuff, but I didn't. I'm still wearing my nighttime. And I'm itching. But I find all kinds of neat stuff like these. Look at that. That's a Starbucks. And these things sell. People collect these. I paid 99 cents, I think. And the same with this. Yeah, there's the sticker, 99 cents. Starbucks. And I can't remember the year. I think it was 2012. But anyway, so there's people that collect these. And this. They collect these because they have those deals where if you bring in your own mug or whatever, you get free coffee. They have that sometimes, or some crap promotional. So people want to buy these. I paid 99 cents for that. And this was from, cannot remember what year it's from. 2017. So I'm not going to pay the mortgage with this shit, you know? I'm not. But this is a nice one. That is not good, but nail polish remover and a cotton ball comes right off, no problems. And then you've got a nice fresh clean with the non-skid thing down here. Paid 99 cents for that and the lid. And it's in great shape. So these little things I can make anywhere from $10 to $15 on them. And if they're collectible like the Starbucks ones, sometimes you can make even more. I do. I buy it from thrift stores. And when yard sales start back up, I'm looking forward to that because with a yard sale, you can haggle. And if you go on the very last day, the people don't want to put that shit back in the house. They don't want to put it in the garage. They don't want to wait for the thrift stores to come pick it up. So if you come up on the last day, you can say, I'll give you this flat amount for everything else that's here, all of it, and really get some good shit. So say I spend $200 on everything that's there, just the whole shebang. Well, of course, depending if it's worth, say I spend $100. I give them $100 for everything on the final day. They're ready to pack it in and go in. They've been doing it all weekend. If I spot 2 items that could guarantee that I'd make that $100 back, it's worth it. And when I go through it, whatever doesn't look like it's going to sell, I know where the thrift store is just like them. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. I've got my money put up for that. I'm anxious and I'm ready for that. So these are the things that I do to occupy my time, is find ways to turn things into money. And it will probably go nowhere. I'm not trying to start a company. It's just, I enjoy this. This is something I enjoy. Thrifting is something I enjoy. Yard sales, I enjoy. But I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and the competition is steep. It is hardcore here. Big time. So you have to get there and catch the good shit while it's there. You know what I'm saying? I bought a sewing machine. It's in the box. It's brand new. It's just like, it's not in here, but it's like brand new. I have to replace one little knob on the side, the little threader knob, the big, okay, I got to replace that knob. It broke. The knob is there, but the little piece behind that knob is gone. It popped, but I still have the spring and the piece, and I found it online for $3. So I'm probably going to buy the piece and take it up to the sewing repair shop and have them fix it, because I can get $200 for that machine. It's in perfect shape, like mint, other than that stupid piece. Let me see. Let me show you this other thing I have here. We're going to strip this and repaint it in the exact color green that it's supposed to be. Somebody gave this to Doug, and he went, "Are you sure you want to give me this?" He went, "Yeah, man, I ain't going to use that." This is killing my arm. You know what? I'm going to move this. As you can see, I'm a little passionate about this stuff because it's kind of helping me perk up a little. It's therapeutic. It really is. So even if I don't make a dime off of this stuff, I break even. You can't put a price on just putting yourself in a happy spot, you know, and getting away from the drama and the bullshit and the things that make life suck. So I got this. Oh, let me see. This. It is a Coleman. I don't know if you can see it right there. Coleman 4136. And there's an auction tag. So somebody bought this at an auction and apparently decided not to do anything with it. There's the windscreen for it. There's the tank. Here's the pieces. It's all here. And Coleman has a date on their lanterns, on their propane stoves. Hold on. Coleman always has a date. And the date makes the difference. Trust me on that. Hold on. Okay, this one is from, here it is. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. 1978. So August of 78 is when this was put out. I was 7. I wasn't even 8. I was 7 years old when this was put out. So considering that, this thing is in really good shape. People give Doug stuff from work all the time. They just don't want it. They're like, I've been holding on to this in the back of my truck. I've had it in my shed, whatever. They're like, you want it, you can have it. He's gotten tools. He's got all kinds of shit like that. But we're going to fully restore that, I think. And we don't know if we're going to sell it. We may keep it. I don't know. But we're going to strip it, disassemble everything, dismantle it. We're going to strip it. I told Doug, I want to do this. Is mine. I want to do it. And they have a Coleman green. So I'm going to get the paint and I'm going to restore it to mint condition, like brand new. The same with that little red propane tank. I'm going to restore that tank, which looks really great anyway. So it's just fun. And I'm sure I'll do videos about it every time I do stuff like that. But it's something to keep me focused on something, keep me occupied. And it makes me happy. I think everyone needs to find that one thing that makes them happy. And for me, it's thrifting and finding a bargain and finding a way to flip and make way more money than you would ever think it's worth. That's for sure. One thing for sure is I don't ever try to buy shit that I don't like. You know, like, say if you end up stuck with something you don't like, you don't want to feel like you're stuck with it. You're like, I like it anyway, so that's cool. You know, this thing here, I thought was Indian. It's not from India. This thing here. This is cloisonne. It's Asian. And it's old. It's very old. You see the dings in it? Look at the dings. Very heavy enamel on the inside. And it's so pretty. Now, if I can't sell, there's a lot of these out there. There's quite a few. I didn't know till I got home, but I didn't care because I told Doug, if I get stuck with this, I don't care because it's pretty. I love it. I wish you could see the details in this, but the lighting is so bad. Hold on. It's already been cleaned. I cleaned it. Let's see if you can see the details in this thing. It is so pretty. And it is, it's got like a bend here. That's age. It's aged. But I'm going to start looking for glass. I found a bunch of thrift and secondhand stores in the city that I have never heard of. There are 3 right down the road from me. I could ride a bike to them. They're right here. My fat ass ain't riding no bike, but I'm just saying I could go right there. So I've got to go to them. 2 of them I already knew about, but I thought they were like junk stores, but they're not. So I'm going to go to them soon, probably this weekend. And we're going to ride around and look for appliances thrown out so I can snatch the knobs off. They're throwing money away. People look for replacement stuff like that all the time. I went to a website, like I was saying, to look up the model and the parts for it so I could know exactly the number for the part to put in the thing for someone to search. And I couldn't believe what they're charging for this stuff. It's crazy. Just crazy. It's a freaking knob. But when you buy it new, it's insane. It's really, really insane. But I'm just trying to find a way to make money without having to work outside the home. I don't want to work outside the home. I just don't want to. And I'm not going to if I can help it, unless I want to. If I get a hankering for working outside the house, then I will. But right now, I don't have that hankering, and I'm not going to. I'm just not going to do it. It's like Doug said, I don't need to do it. There's no reason for me to do it. Our bills are paid. Nobody's knocking on the door saying they're going to come take something. Our car broke down, so we're borrowing Will's boyfriend's car. So we'll be getting a car. We're not putting another dime into that car we have. Not right now. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The transmission, they wanted $2,800 or some crap, $2,528. And no, the car's not even worth that anymore. No. So unfortunately, we got a guy to tow it up the road here at a shop. When Doug broke down on the side of the interstate on the way to work that morning, when it broke down a couple weeks back, about 3 weeks ago, maybe a little more. Anyway, so the guy, he tows it, $50. Doug was like, okay, well, if he does the work to your vehicle, the tow is free. But if it's not, you just pay him, So Doug was like, all right, well, bring the car back, because he wanted too much. And it was going to be a total of $2,800 for everything, for the transmission, for the work, everything. And I was like, yeah, no, get the car back here. We'll do it ourselves down the road, but I ain't worried about it right now. So we don't even have that much. I was like, we don't even have that amount in the account. We don't even have that amount, so forget it. So had it been what he quoted Doug, we would have been fine. He quoted him $1,500, but clearly that was wrong. So what was I getting at? Oh, the guy never brought the car. And Doug was going to pay him. He was going to be like, okay, well, I'll pay you for the tow, the tow to your shop and the tow back here. That's $100. We're good. He was like, yeah. So he never came. So Doug called him a couple of days later. Now, at this point, he'd had the car for a week. I'm heading your way. I'm heading your way right now. I waited all day. Doug was at work. I waited all day. Guy didn't show up. So at the end of the week, I had to leave. I went to NC. And when I got back, car wasn't here. I told Doug, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm done. I'm done with this guy. He's not bringing our car back. He's right on the corner. He's right down the road. I'm going to call the shop and I'm going to say, hi, I need to get a tow. They'll be like, sure thing. What's the address? Okay, the car is located at, and I'm going to give the address of the shop. I would like to have it towed, and I'd give him my address. What else am I supposed to do? Clearly, he's just not going to give us our car back. It's been weeks and he still won't bring us our car. So I'm just going to probably do that. And he can't get mad. What can he get mad about? I'm calling for a tow, right? Right? I'm calling to get a tow. And apparently he's putting everybody else before us. And I really don't understand why. We just want our car back. And we're still paying on that car. It's still being financed. We still are paying monthly on that car. Bring me my flipping car. So if he says, oh, wait a minute, you know, what's this about? You're giving me the address to the shop. I'm going to say, because I don't know how else to get you to bring me my car. You've had it for going on a month. I don't know how else to get you to bring me my car. Just because you're not doing the work doesn't mean someone's not going to do the work. And I want my car. I'm not breaking any rules by wanting my car. So I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. It's like you're holding my car hostage. I told Doug after the first week, I said, you watch, he's going to try to charge you storage. He said, I'll be hell if that's so. I said, you watch and see. You heard it first right here. He's going to try to charge you storage. I said, but don't worry. I got it all documented. I got phone calls. I got my Facebook updates. I got messages. You've got your texts with him. You've got your phone calls. And I guess he thinks we wouldn't take it to small claims court, but we will. And no way. We can show that we have repeatedly tried to get him to bring that car back, and he just will not do it. So, well, I don't want to really go that far until I've given him one more chance. And so tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to call and request a tow and give him, I'm going to do it the way I said. And I'm going to probably record it. And depending on how it goes, I may post it here. I don't know, but this is ridiculous. It's so strange. I mean, people get towed all the time, right? And then when it doesn't work out, you have it towed home. I have $100 bill sitting right there on the shelf. It's been sitting there this whole time, just waiting for him to bring me my car. And it's just weird. It's just weird. I don't understand it. And everyone recommends this guy. I cannot unrecommend him enough. I cannot recommend enough that people not go to this guy. So I went to the local group and told people, I do not recommend this man. He will not give us our car. I do not know why. He will not bring us our car. You know, we had to go out there Sunday. They were closed, but we had to go out there Sunday so Doug could get some stuff out of the car. I was like, no, this is ridiculous. And then I told Doug, how about if I hire a different tow to go out and get the car and bring it here? He went, that'll be rude. How is it? Doug is too nice. I'm like, how is it rude? I think it's rude to keep someone's car. Dude, man stole our car. We're still paying on it, dude. You're paying on a car that A, you can't drive, and B, is not even in your yard. I'm just so over it. The older I get, the more I'm over shit. I don't mind being rude. I'll fucking be rude. I don't care. I'll be rude. I'm just so over it. What was that? I'm going to go get a fresh cup of coffee and see what that loud bang was. I'll be right back. Oh, it's the big dumpster truck for the park. All right. This is my French press. See, it's a monster. And I got that from the thrift store. And this thing is like brand new. It is beautiful. This thing is beautiful. Let me see what these go for. Here they are. I know I got a deal. I'm going to tell you why, because I spent $3 on it. I got it for $2.99 when we lived in the RV. It's been in the RV. It hasn't been here until over the weekend. This is, I'm trying to see how many ounces or what the flip ever. Bottom, French. It's the big one. And it's got the metal cage, which I like. I like that it's got the metal cage and it's not the plastic one. There's so many of them that are the plastic and they're just cheap looking to me. I don't like them. Let's see. 8 cup, 34 ounce. Is that 34 ounce, you think? $23. Yeah, I don't like the ones that are just all the plastic. I don't like them. Or with shipping, it's like almost $30. So that's not bad. I paid $3 for it. $40 buy it now, free shipping. And that looks just like, yeah, it's identical. That's the one. Not bad. And I got a smaller one too before that. It's a single. But this one, I've already had 2 cups out of, and I can still get a 3rd cup out of this. So not bad. I'm not a fan of paying full price for anything. I'm very thrifty. But this is why we always have a little money in our pocket, is because we don't pay full price. And when we want to go out to eat, it's like we're not peeling off a little here and a little off here. We can just go out to eat. It isn't very often, but if we want to, we can. So I go thrifting for fun. What do y'all do? Because thrifting's fun to me. Yeah, it is. It's pretty good size. My hands are so cracked. I use so much hand sanitizer whenever we go out. And this weekend we went out a couple of times, but I didn't go in anywhere. Because I've been trying to stay, in because of travel. But this weekend, I think it's supposed to be warm. And I think Doug said something about going on the trails because I want to go walking. But I don't want to just go walking down the road on the flat road. I want to go walking on the trails where there's branches and limbs and roots. And, you have to trek and grab onto the limbs. And I need a workout. I like yard selling too. I work 3 a.m. It's getting old. Ooh, I'm back at 1 a.m. tomorrow. God, this smells really good. This is that super generic Assured from the Dollar Tree. Doug made his own hand sanitizer when all this crap began this past year. He made his own. So thrifty. And I was like, yeah, but what does it smell like? He said it stinks, but it works. And everyone sold out. So when they got some in, we started stocking up. They were only allowing, each person to buy one bottle or two bottles or whatever. So we would both go through the line and buy our amount that we were allowed. But so now we've got, well, we're running low now, but we've got some extra. The same with the Lysol wipes. When the rare occasion came they had them, we'd buy as many as they'd let us and put them up. I've got so many collectibles too. Where do you sell your stuff? I haven't started up again yet, but I'm going to do eBay, and everyone's telling me to try Mercari, so I'll probably do. I've never even been to that website. So, and for any yard sale type items like space heaters or dishes, stuff like that, that's a marketplace thing for me because it's going to be too much competition online. So some of the stuff you're not going to be able to compete with others online that buy it in massive bulk, and you'll be able to buy it from them for as cheap new as you'd be buying it from me secondhand. So some stuff will be sold locally, a lot of it actually, but collectibles will go online because the odds of finding the right person looking for it locally are out there. They're out there. But I'm going to start hitting these little thrift stores, these little mom and pops, not the Goodwill and Salvation Army. I'll already go there. But and I'm going to start hitting them up for their art glass and their the art glass, the not carnival glass and stuff. That stuff just doesn't make enough money to worry about. And then the shipping, you have to have all this extra special packaging, and it's going to cost more for me to ship than it will be worth my time for what I'm going to make on it, So certain things just aren't going to do well. Carnival glass is so abundant. Nobody's really paying top dollar for that. But blown glass and hard to find pieces, yes. I got to get my totes because of my storage idea here. I've got to get my clear totes, my tags, my boxes. I got to get my Uline catalog because I don't have a new one. I have an old one, or I think I threw it away. I need a new one. I'm going to go towards Tampa, Sarasota, also Orlando. We're going to make it like a weekend trip each time we go somewhere like that, and hit the convalescent homes and where the people retire, the older folks retire, because that's where we're going to find all the costume jewelry, and that's what I really like selling. That's what I prefer to sell. But there's just like nothing here, man. We're not in the right spot for it. When people come to Florida to retire, they're not retiring here. They're retiring further down. Ileana, stop. You're going to walk on my keyboard and screw everything up. I think I'm going to start, when I finally start finding some collectibles like the glassware and the vases and the replacement china, stuff like that, which I have two beautiful sets of china. They're beautiful. One set is way more pretty than the other, and I want to keep it, but I have no use for it. It's got the soup tureen. It's got everything. It is the complete set. Somebody threw that shit out, believe it or not. And it is a setting for like 10 or 12. It's beautiful. But anyway, when I start finding glassware and finding out what it's worth, I'll probably start doing a stream for what is it worth, and see if everybody can guess how much these things are going to go for or what they book at. That'll be fun. So what's it worth? And then surprise, surprise. And then I'll reveal what it is and how much I'll get for it or how much it's sold for, whatever. I'm finding out cookware sells really good. Old cookware. Stainless steel cookware, even secondhand. So I buy that. Lids, pan lids. Those have been selling good for a long time. So those sell really good. If you ask at the thrift store, a lot of times they'll have a box in the back full of lids without a pan. And if you offer the right employee, depends on who you get, who's working that day. And you can offer them a flat price for all of them and get them. And lids sell so well. It's weird shit. I don't know. But glass lids, stainless lids, vintage ones, because a lot of times somebody will have a really old pan that they love. Like we're talking the 50s, the 60s, old pans, but they don't have a lid. So they look for the lid. And I want to have that lid. Shoes. I'm finding out men's shoes do well. Women's shoes do okay, but men's shoes do amazing. And a lot of dress shoes, men buy an abundance of these dress shoes. They just buy a whole shit ton. And so they only end up wearing them once or twice because they've got so many. So when they donate them, they're brand new. They look like they've never been on the ground. So we tried to dumpster dive here. It ain't worth it. There ain't shit here. Go. Now, dang it, Illy. You're going to stop. We went behind the Ulta, which is right up the road, and there was a box, and it said damaged. And it reeked of, not reeked, but it smelled of cosmetics and creams. So we popped it open, and they have been instructed, Ulta, to when they throw things out, when there's nothing wrong with them, to open the lid and dump it. So the whole thing was full of brand new products that had been dumped out. And it was infuriating. I was so mad. But also found there's an eye care spot up the road, and they had thrown out cases of contacts. 5-day trials of single-day use, one use, and then throw them out. Their prescription, so you got to make sure the prescription's right. Some of them were expired. Some of them were not. So I separated them. I looked them up, and they go for like $10 for a 5-day set. Hardly anyone's got them. So I'll be selling those. Green Hoosier glass. I'm not familiar with the term. Like I say, I'm just starting to learn about this stuff. Now, with that, it depends on what it is. Like I'm seeing here, these look like they're from the 40s. Canisters with the silver lids, the green like you're talking about. And there's 3 of them in the set, like sugar, flour, tea, or whatever. $72 for the set. Wow. Some of the stuff that's selling on eBay, I've already overlooked at the store. I've passed it up many times. I'm like, wow, I wish I hadn't done that. But, I just, you have to be willing to open up and learn. And I'm learning that I have passed a lot of really good shit. Just like we all have the stories of, man, I wish I hadn't picked that up. I never was able to sell it. Well, I got the same stories of, man, I wish I hadn't bought that. Or I wish I hadn't walked away from that. But Yeah, like some of these are really pretty, but some of them are basic. And I just would overlook them, and I have. It just depends, I guess. Oh my God. Be right back. I'm going to check on my cat. She's on the front porch. Joel? Joel? Mama? Mama? No, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I'm going to show you guys something that Doug picked up. Doug was so proud of this. He loves this kind of stuff. And it's red pottery. It's like clay. It's fired. It's glazed. It's hand painted. This is all hand done. It's race. You can feel the paint. It's all hand done. And it's from Cozumel, Mexico from 2016. So I looked it up because I didn't know anything about it other than it's a sugar skull. And there's not a chip, a flaw, nothing. And he paid $1.99 for this. And he put it in the cart, and I was like, oh, good find. He said, oh, that's mine. I'm keeping that. I was like, oh, whatever. So anyway, I looked it up online, and what it is in Cozumel and in a lot of other locations in Mexico, there are vendors selling their wares. And a lot of them are custom painting and making things right there, whether it's beaded jewelry or stuff like this, or pottery like a mug, or a whole set of them that you can buy. Your tourist, the whole tourism thing. But some of them are signed by the artist. This one's not. The artist chose not to sign this one, but that's what this is basically from. These aren't selling like mad. And the I think 2 or 3 that did sell sold for like $20. So I mean, he would make a profit on it if he wanted to sell it. And it all depends on who's looking at it, but it's so well done. It's really well, the painting is really well done. So I have no doubt he'd make something off of it, but he wants to hold on to it. It's up to him. It's like a Day of the Dead thing is what it is. But yeah. Hey, Jeff. Jeffy Pooh. How's life been to you, buddy? Are things going good? Yeah. How's your granddaughter? How's your daughter, Tiffany? This is my midday snack. I'm getting ready to go in there and pop a salad. Oh, wow. So y'all's numbers are pretty low there? Because they're not here. I sometimes just get a bad vibe when I go in somewhere if there's too many folks, and I just wear 2 masks. I'm not even kidding. I got my mask sitting over here. I got some in the car. There's a whole brand new pack. I haven't even opened them yet. I'm super careful. Here's my tickets. Here's my Amtrak tickets. Yep, this is the Rocky Mount to Jacksonville. And this is the one where I went there, Jacksonville to Rocky Mount. Well, Cindy, that's a matter of opinion. It protects us too. The thing of it is, your mask is a consideration to others, because a lot of, you got a lot of them out there that go, who cares if I don't want to protect myself? It's my business. And they're like, wait a minute, it isn't just about you. It's about protecting everyone else as well. So, obviously if I wear it, I'm protecting myself. Should someone cough or sneeze or get too close and they have it, it's going to block it. They're not the greatly reduced chance that I'll catch it. So if I wear 2 masks, greater chance. That's why I'm in the hospital. When the nurse comes in and you're the one that's sick, she's wearing a mask because you're the one that's sick and she doesn't want to catch whatever it is you have. But what it comes down to is the mask is also about protecting others. That's where that came from. One of my best friends is a nurse. Let me see. And she got it. She caught it. She was in the hospital. She was bad. She was in bad shape. Hello, Arizona Positive Motivation Streams and more. Pleasure to meet you. Yes, positive motivation streams are very important, especially on the internet, since that's where streams happen. Jeff says, I'll wear the mask as long as 60% of the people around me are wearing a mask. If half the people ain't wearing it, we all get it anyways. What? No, that's not the way it works. My God. People will find any excuse just to not wear it because it's not fair. Well, neither is being on a ventilator, but if you don't wear your mask and you don't keep yourself spaced far enough apart, you're going to end up on one. But my friend that's a nurse, she caught it, obviously at work. She works for the prisons. She doesn't work in the hospital. And she did not know until she got well and got out that one of the ladies that works with her was 2 doors down in the hospital, and she had caught it and she died. And that was close to home for her, She was like, wow, she caught it. It was the same strain that I had, obviously, and she died. But that's good. That's good. Try to change to put yourself in a better place. Everyone should, but if you spend enough time on the internet, you realize not everybody's trying to be in a better place, or their better place is being hateful or involved. And then they're happy to be hateful and involved. So I guess it's a matter of personal preference. I prefer to do this, just, talk to people in general and share a little. And yeah. If half the people are not wearing a mask, it gets passed around to doorknobs and such, and everyone gets it. If everyone is not wearing a mask, it just don't work. That's not true. The more people wearing one reduces the odds. That's like saying if everyone buys a lottery ticket, everyone will win. No, that's not. No, it's not the way it works. That's like saying if a guy has sex with every girl in a party, they're all going to get pregnant. No, they're not. I don't mind wearing my bandana. I think it makes me look cool. Well, that's at least something. It doesn't actually do anything as far as it does something. It just doesn't do as good as a mask, I don't think. The fibers are too loose. But it's better than nothing at all, that's for sure. I don't go in anywhere. We had to go into a place up the road here to try to rent a car. And they had absolutely no vehicles for right then. We had to wait like 24 hours. I was like, we don't have 24 hours. We need a car. But we went to walk in, and me and Doug walked across the parking lot and realized when I opened the door, everybody in there was with no mask. And I realized I wasn't wearing one. And I turned right around and pushed Doug, and he went, "What?" And I went like that. He went, "Oh." We went back to the car and got our mask. Nobody had one on in there. Not one person. There was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3 at the front, 2 girls and a man, 2 men in an office at the back, a girl sitting beside the door, a woman and a man over to the side at the Hertz thing. Not Hertz. Enterprise. None of them were wearing a mask. I was like, no. I don't need a mask. I just wear it for people like you. How do you have herd immunity? You can catch it again. Unless you've had the shot, you can catch it again. Got it from Cracker Barrel. You can't get into a store here without a mask. There's a lot of stores here, they don't require one. We haven't acquired herd immunity yet. We're still working on it. But yeah, you can catch it 2 times. It was my nephew's girlfriend? Anyway, she caught it twice. You can catch it twice. In order to keep this virus under control, we need to adhere to the basic rules such as yeah, there you go. I mean, and everyone's acting like this is a violation of my right. It's cumbersome. It's cumbersome. So is a ventilator. So is a coffin. You ain't caught it 11 times. That would be a record. Hello?
Support your antivirus
Be right back. Frickin' dogs. Seriously, Joel? There's like no reason to bark like that. Nothing is happening. Jeff, you do know you're full of shit, right? 11 times? No. No. You haven't caught it 11 times. Well, I'll have to pass on even getting it one time. It's ridiculous. That's like people back in the day going, polio's a hoax. You don't need a shot for that. Ain't nobody going to catch polio. Your legs will be fine. You got to worry about it. Like nobody did it back then. I wonder why. Gee, I don't know. Maybe because we didn't have conspiracy theorists spreading it all over the internet, you know. It's slandered issue, no harm in adhering to the basic rules. They are for you as it's just, and when you ask people, why would the government fake this? Why would they want to prove that you can be a goat or a sheep and I'm like, you honestly think this is just about proving that we could be sheep? They've already proven that. You look at what you do every day. Look at the shit you talk about every day. Most of these people anyway, you know, it's like you're already a sheep. Look at you. You buy into the crap you say every day. We've proven it. It's there. You know, that's not why. It's because it's an actual thing. People are dying. I've lost a bunch of friends. To this. You know, look up Kevin Karsten. He was an artist. He did comics and caricatures and anime and stuff. And he said one day, it's official. I haven't been feeling good, and now I know why, because I caught it. Yep, I have it. And within a week or so, he was gone. I think it was his roommate, updated his status. He had passed away. I was like, oh my God. And I've known him for years on Facebook, but he was still my friend. We still had conversations in the background. And, you know, I was actually going to invite him to come stay with us when he had nowhere to go. He was going through a bad time, him and his cat. And he had a cat, him and his cat. And I had extra space. And I was like, I was going to have him come here and stay because I knew he was good for it. You know, I've been following him for ages. And he was a gifted artist. I knew he'd find work. And, yeah, I mean, I just couldn't believe. He didn't seem like he was that sick. Go look at my videos. We started making videos talking about what it was doing to us in March of last year. The videos are still on here. I haven't been on. I've not, Jeff, I have not been anywhere near the Boit stuff at all. None. At all. None. You don't see me talking on anyone's videos. You don't see me talking on people's side chats. I don't do it anymore. I don't look at it. I had heart attacks from it and made video about over a year ago. Over a year ago from COVID? Over a year ago? That wasn't COVID then. I didn't know you had a heart attack. I'm sorry to hear about that, but I don't think it was from COVID over a year ago. I didn't say you faked anything. They had not even named it. It was called COVID-19 back in 2019. That's why it was called that. COVID-19. That's because it was from 2019. So I've had 11 times. I keep pretty good count on it. They've tested you 11 times and confirmed it 11 times. That's a record. I have never heard of such a thing. I mean, what are you doing that you're catching it all the time? Do you just not wear a mask or anything? It would take once for me and I'd be in my fucking house and that's where I'd stay. I wouldn't come back out. Hypoxia from CV-19. Yeah, COVID-19 is called that because it started in 2019. They have another COVID that was, I think it was COVID-15. I think it was from 2015. If it wasn't, it was 2016. But, and we actually think Jack may have had it in February of 2020. It was before they were saying that it was really widespread or anything. but he had the symptoms that you would expect that once they started talking about it. And I told Doug, I was like, that sounds like what Jack had. But a lot of folks were coming out saying they actually think they had it before it was being deemed widespread. When we started getting it, there was no test. Yeah. We get it from travelers at Cracker Barrel from all over the USA. I wouldn't go to Cracker Barrel anymore. Stop going to Cracker Barrel, Jeff. The hell, man. Don't go to Cracker Barrel. Many people have passed on due to this issue. Sad. Yeah, it is really, really sad. And all we can do is take care of ourselves and ours, us and ours, and hope everyone else does the same. Kitty girl, what's wrong? Okay, get up there, Mama. Saucy, you might want to move. My blind cat just came in the room. She was on the porch. I made her come in because I can't keep an eye on her. I had bruising over my left kidney from it. Ow! Our Cracker Barrel's been doing curbside here. They don't even have, well, they may be open now, but I know for like the longest time they weren't open on the inside. They were doing curbside pickup. So were Ruby Tuesdays and Applebee's and a bunch of them. They were doing curbside only here. That was it. That was the only you could get food here. And then they opened the drive-thrus at some of these drive-thru stores. Yeah. This coffee's so damn weak. I cannot believe it's so weak. And now it's cold. I should have put it in my thermos. I didn't think about it. I love this bag. I love it. But I'm going to have to get a stronger brew. This the coffee I've got is she's a manager. What's up with the exclamation marks? Quit yelling at me, Jeff. You're not the manager. You need to not go up there. And they need to stay away from you when if they know you're susceptible 11 times. You think he should quit his job? No. I didn't know he was the manager till just now. You just told me. When I said quit going to Cracker Barrel, I thought y'all were just going to Cracker Barrel. I didn't know he was the manager. I can't believe you just try to put words in my mouth. You think he should quit his job? What the fuck? Like, never said that. Never. I don't know. I'm sick of talking about COVID. I know that. I want to talk about happy things, like how the weather's finally starting to warm up after it's been cold here so much. Oh my God, it's been so freaking cold. It's been so freaking cold. And then we'd have a really pretty warm. Joel, Mama. Joel, here's those contacts, you guys, I was telling y'all about. A 5-day supply, not expired. And see, they have the prescription strength on the end. And I got a bunch of them. Look, I got these. And I got more back in here. I got a bunch. And they're samples given, by the ophthalmologist or whatever. So you can try them out, see if they work for you. Some of them, the boxes, the boxes aren't in the best shape, but the actual thing is completely sealed with one contact in each one. So, and they're perfectly fine. Others are selling them like that too. Just the single loose thing. It's got all the information right on it. So I'll be selling these. $10 a box. That's insane. So let's see, what's that? If I were to sell them for 10 a box, of course, free shipping, that's cheap. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's $100 right there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There's 50. That's another, that's 220. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 90, that's 300. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's 340. Oh. 350, 60, 70, 80, 90. That's 400. And 10, 20, 30. And I got some up there. I got close to $500 worth of these things that are selling online. See, I separated them and I put the magnifications on them so that I can list them accordingly. But I got bunches of them. I've never been ice skating, but I've always wanted to try. I always have enjoyed watching the ice skaters, the Olympic thing. Never dreamed of doing anything like that, but it's always interesting to watch them. And I've always wanted to try ice skating just to see if I could stay up off my ass. Okay, hurry back. Oh, I can't wait for everything to be safe and reopen so I can go to a salon and get my hair cut and colored. I'm ready for some change. I am so ready for some change. It's driving me crazy. An hour and 40 minutes. Hi, Queenie. Little Queenie for Life Vampire 2021. Kitty girl, no, mommy. No, mommy. You cannot jump up there. Hey, baby. Here she comes. Here comes trouble. Come on, mama. The extremely blind 16-year-old kitty girl. Come on, mommy. Jump. Well, she's going to be 17. Hi, Beauty. Here she is. Hi, Beauty. Meow, meow. Hi. I'm here. She's knitting on the desk. She's going like this on the desk. So pretty. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. Mommy, hold you. She's so sweet. Look at that baby. She's so old. Beauty.